Blessings and peace to you. This is SB Favor Thinking Podcast, and my name is SB Favor. How are you doing today? It is Monday, March 13th, 2023. Another wonderful day and another day to be thankful. And as I always say, if you focus on what is good, then you can project something good to happen. So focus on what is good. If you are out there traveling about today, make sure you are praying, keeping yourself safe, and using your hand sanitizer and wearing your mask when you need to. People are still becoming ill, so I always remind you of these things because I care. So do your part to keep yourself safe and keep your family members safe. If you would like to give to the podcast, you can give at Cash App $SB Favor. Thank you so much for your support and your donations. And please keep in mind, I appreciate all of your support. And make sure you share this podcast with others. And as I stated, if you would like to give to the podcast, you can give at Cash App $SB Favor. Well, I have an inspirational quote for you today. And my inspirational quote is, make sure you stay in the place of absolute faith. Absolute faith. If you are going to believe God and have faith in God, then go all the way. Don't doubt, don't shift, but stay in the place of absolute faith. I was thinking about that today, personally. I told myself, I have to stay in a place mentally where I believe and anticipate what God is going to do for me. But not just for me, for the things that I pray for others, the things I foresee others having and experiencing. Yes, we must stay in a place of absolute faith. Go all the way. Day by day, taking one day at a time. Whatever it is you've been praying for over the last few years, last few days, last few weeks, if something has taken place to appear as if it's not going to happen, don't go by that. Don't go by how you feel. Don't go by the opinions of what somebody else may have experienced. Simply go by what you believe. Now, there are times when we are challenged and it looks like what we believe is not going to happen, or it may look like or feel like, what we're praying for is not going to happen. But you can't go by that. Look at it like this. When you stand outside and it's real windy, the wind is blowing. You don't see it, but you know the wind is blowing because you feel the effects of the wind. But you don't actually see it unless the wind blows something down, right? But you know that the wind is blowing. We don't see anything actually moving by the wind. You know that the wind is blowing because you feel the effects of the wind. So just think about that for a second. And when the wind starts to intensify, then you start to see the leaves blowing, and you might see something blowing on the ground. Now you're seeing the effects of the wind. So what I'm saying to you is this. When you stay in a place of absolute faith, sometimes you may not see the thing actually happening quickly. And it doesn't mean you don't have faith. It just means that in that moment, you just got to be patient. In that moment, you are exercising for something greater within you. Yes. So that is why I'm saying stay in the place of absolute faith. I am telling myself that because if you're going to believe God for something from the greatest to the least, then make sure you press forward to experience it, to see it, and watch it manifest. Yes, we have to do the work and do the things that we are required to do daily. Yes, we do. Because when you believe God for something, it is an act of faith to take action, to put something in motion. But at the same time you put something in motion, you have to tell yourself mentally, I believe, and I am going to stay in a place of absolute faith. I am saying this to you in this moment because this is what I'm thinking about today. There are so many things that are happening day by day. Good things, bad things, but in the midst of it all, you can have faith. In the midst of it all, you can stay in the place of absolute faith. And when I say absolute faith, what is absolute faith? What is it? Absolute faith is a moment in time where you simply believe in God and believe in what God can do. No matter what is happening, you believe. You are in a place of absolute faith. You're not going by how you feel. You're not going by the opinions of others. You're not going by what you see. You are going by what you absolutely believe. You have to stay in that place. And when I say what I'm saying to you, I'm not speaking from a place of religiosity or some kind of magic, because sometimes, people, they say things in a context of, oh, well, let me spin around 3 times and God will bless me, and let me do this and let me do that and God will do this for me. No, I'm speaking in a context of something outside of your natural ability. I'm talking about something supernatural. I'm talking about you taking some type of action and then you allowing God to finish it. That's what I'm talking about. When you stay in a place of absolute faith, you stay encouraged even when you don't feel like being encouraged. You stay encouraged. Even when something tries to push you into a place of discouragement, you push and you fight to be encouraged. That's absolute faith. I want you listeners to really, really grasp what I'm saying in this moment. Because for those of us that believe and have absolute confidence in God, I'm going to say this to you. You're going to see something you never seen before. And for those of you that may not know God on that level, it's okay, because even at that level that you're on, you still can experience God in a powerful way. My prayer for the rest of this week is for you to have and experience absolute prosperity. Prosperity in your attitude, prosperity in your thoughts, prosperity in your relationships, prosperity in your home, prosperity on your job. And when I say prosperity, I'm talking about the content of your spirit to make all things good. Prosperity in your finances, to have wisdom to know what to appropriate and how to appropriate it. Prosperity. That is my prayer for you listeners this week. In this very moment, I have been inspired and encouraged all day long. And I feel like I had to come on and say this. So my prayer for you for the rest of this week is that you stay in a place of absolute faith with prosperity. Make sure that your conversations and your environment and your circle and whoever you come in contact with, make sure it matches what you believe. If it doesn't match, dismiss yourself, because you are on a mission to do something different and to experience something you have never experienced before. You are on a mission. None of us do not have to stay in a place stagnated without change and no growth, with a lack of learning. None of us have to experience that. It is a choice. If you wake up in the morning with the determination and the decision to learn, to grow, and to change, and to do something you've never done before, you will experience that. A lot of people sometimes settle for less because they are in a company of others that are not progressing. And I'm not saying that in the context to make any body feel less than or to put anybody down, because we all have choices. And you can choose to be around others that are progressing. You don't have to be around and have conversations with those that are not progressing. Yes, you can lift them up, but if you are keeping company and having conversations with those that are not progressing and those that are not on the mission that you're on, that means you need to dismiss yourself. So keep this in mind, that you must stay in a place of absolute faith. I'm moving around a little bit, so if there's some background noise, just please forgive me. I am moving around, but I just want you to understand this inspirational quote is very important in this moment. And it's important because there are a lot of people that want to see change in their life. And there are a lot of people that don't want to stay the same. They don't want to stay stagnated. They don't want to experience the same thing day in and day out. And as I thought about this inspirational quote, that's what came to my mind. There's a lot of people that's thinking about their future. And there's a lot of people that's thinking about the change they want to experience. There's a lot of people that want to do something that they've never done before. And you can do that. So that is my inspirational quote. And as I stated earlier, my prayer for you this week is that you function in prosperity, and that you stay encouraged, and that you stay lifted up, that you keep your mind focused on the things that give you peace and the things that help you to be progressive. You got to do it. You will do it, and you can do it. And I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for taking the time to listen to SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. If you need to reach me, you can reach me at sbfavor@yahoo.com via email. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SBFavor. I also have a TikTok handle at SBFavor. And please make sure you subscribe to me wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Make sure you also share this podcast with others. And once again, if you would like to give to the podcast, you can give at Cash App, $SBFavor. Thank you so much for your constant support and your donations. You have a good day.